Good morning, everyone. Let's see if we can get this chat all set up here. I think we're on the right track so far, anyway. Good morning, Alex.
Morning, Sam.
How goes the battle?
Winning.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it.
I don't know what battle, but we're winning.
Oh, good. Yeah, we are winning on many fronts right now, Alex. So much information coming out, so much truth just being flooded into the consciousness. It's just exciting. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning.
How are you, dear?
Grand. Rising.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. Exactly. All right, so let's see if we can get this. Okay, I think that's working. I think we should be live on all the platforms. Crossing my fingers, hoping for the best. Time will tell.
Amen.
Amen. Exactly. All right, well, let's see here. Oh, so I did not report on the whole Cash Patel sting operation that was released, but I wanted to get your guys' input on it. So everybody thought so many different things, right? Cash Patel, I believe, is not only setting up a trap. Ooh, that was cool. Thank you, wildlife fan. Not only is he setting up a trap, but is this going to lead to bigger and better things? John Solomon just came out and said we can expect.
But I wanted to get your guys' input.
Oh, we got a
sorry.
reverb there.
Checking YouTube.
Okay,
We're live.
Okay, cool. So, we got our first Trump trade from Don the Third G. Thank you, Don. So, now I completely lost my train of thought. Cash Patel, John exactly. John Solomon comes out and says we can expect major arrests in the next few months. Now, we've heard that before. What are your guys' take on it? Holly, what do you think?
I think it's a total trap. I think that he's laid some stuff out there knowing that it would be taken. I'm with you. I think this is just, you know what? They're really getting good at this. Just lay enough out there. What do they say? Enough rope for them to hang themselves with?
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Alex, what are your thoughts?
It's smoke and mirrors. Look here while not looking over there. The whole chess game is it's mind-boggling, and only the history books are going to tell us what really went down. One quick point of thing, Sam, on your other screen, your Sam Shalhoub window is covering most of Holly's picture.
Oh, hold on. Let me try that. How's that?
Oh, that's okay.
No, it's not okay. Are you kidding?
That might be fun. Which part are we covering?
You're the reason we get the highest ratings that we do, Holly. We got to put you front and center. All right. Well, let's say some good mornings here. Benji 1959 is first on the hit list. Good morning, Ben. Joy is here. Mary Lise Brown, Rick Sr., native San Diegan, Charlie. Good morning, Charlie. Wendy. Wendy said, GM Sam Fam. Oh, you're so sweet. Lisa Maria, the star of the show, our backbone, is here. Good morning, Lisa. Sherry from East Tennessee, wildlife fan. Richard said, good afternoon. Oh, we got a Trump trade from Mary Lise Brown. We're on top of it right now. Jan loving being grandma's here. Tim Shaw 707. King's Girl 1974. Our personal cheerleader, Towie Bixby, is present and accounted for. Boogie B, Mama Balama said, Grand Rising Samily. I just love that. That is such a nice little phrase. Barb7599 said, hello, guys, and Holly. Let's see here. Christy B78 from Hayesville, Kansas is with us. Nurse is here. Jay Hicks, Martini Time. Melvin71. Melissa Flinter said, good morning, my Samily. Oh, I just love that. Tickles me every time I see it. Marianne Thompson is here. Ben's got a bunch of squirrels in there. I know, Ben. I know. Blue Flames 41 is here. Holy and of course, Ben is posting the squirrels in the chat as well. Filling in for Brian. Oh, there's Brian. Good morning, Brian. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. John Langlois is here. Good morning, John. Oh, there's Brian with his squirrels in the chat. I was wondering where those were, Brian. Glad you're not asleep on the job. Jay Hicks said, Holly, you look good today, especially when compared to the other two. Laugh out loud. Just kidding, guys. Good day, all. Little fun and games is all right. We like that. Leonard Little is here. Iren is here from California. Hey, Iren. Nut and Sky Dancers just popped in. Brian said, no naps today. I don't know. I'm not holding my breath with that one with you, Brian. Let's see here. Wendy J is here. Good morning, Wendy. Donna Fox. Holy smokes, you guys are all piling in. Wildlife fan, Barb7599, Mama Balama, Don the Third G. Thank you all for the gifts. Hey, John Glenn. Good morning, John. Of course, he said, sent 17 Go Populars. Exactly. John Langloyd, Charlie, thank you all for the gifts. You guys are so sweet. Oh, hey, Tanya Moonsheimer's here over on Facebook. Hey, Tanya. All right, so let's see here. Alex, why don't we get some indices going?
Why don't we get some
Yes.
indices going? Good morning, everybody, on this last day of March, last day of the quarter, 2026. Hopefully tomorrow shenanigans will roll, and the day after there'll be some information. We'll see. S&P 500 up 77 points to 6,421. Dow up 414 to 45,630. NASDAQ up 368 to 21,163. Also up, barrel of oil. Also up, barrel of oil, $1.63, sitting at $104.50 a barrel. Also up, gold over $100 at $4,616. Up $3.09 is silver this morning at $73.93. On the Traverse side of things, down. Bitcoin 0.6%, volume market cap today 1.3 trillion, sitting at $67,036. Ethereum is up 0.1% at 2,065. Solana down 3% at $81.29. XRP down 1.11% at $1.32. Cardano down 3% at 23 cents. Stellar Lumen XLM has disappeared from my list, so it doesn't really matter. There it is. Currently down 2.5% at 16 cents.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. Well, look who we have creeping in the background. Interstate Inmate is here. Good morning, James. Everybody, James has been on the road. That's why he hasn't been joining us. At least that's his cover story. I don't know.
10 and 2.
What 10 and 2? Exactly.
10 and 2.
Exactly. Oh, gosh. John Gwynn, thank you for the gifts. Blue Flames 41. Hitesh just showed up. Good morning, Hits. Sherry's here. Good morning, Sherry. And thank you for the gifts. You're so sweet. Kathleen Garcia, Sassy Minnesota Girl, Sky Dancer. Holy smoke. Well, look who it is. Lee Daniel is here. Good morning, Lee. She said, Grand Rising. Grand Rising to you as well, Lee. David just showed up with an FYF in the chat. Let's see here. Richard Pacente is here over on YouTube. Dana McKee over on Facebook. Richard Pacente over on YouTube said, Sam, I am. Wax, I am. Oh, you guys, you're starting already. Come on now. All right, let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, the chat's doing that thing again, you guys. So if I miss whatever, oh, look at that. That's cool. If I missed that, thank you, John. If I missed something in the chat, please put it back in because it's moving fast. Especially at my age.
I think we should have a word of the day in the future. Waxing.
Waxing, exactly. Don't encourage them, Alex. Don't encourage everyone. Interstate Inmate James said, morning, I'm trucking. We figured you were, James. Be careful while you're driving, young man. Layson Steele just showed up. Kimmy is here. Kimmy said the debt clock today. I haven't seen anything on the debt. Alex, why don't you pull that up while I say some more hellos? Sassy Minnesota Girl said, interstate trucking means a lot of things. Exactly. What's that, Alex?
Dark to light.
Dark to light. There we go. Thank you for the tip. Chris is here. Good morning, Chris. The real AFP said, wax on, wax off. Oh, you guys are you're just not going to let that go, are you? Kathleen Garcia, Charlie, thank you for the tiny dancing ring. That's sweet. Freddie Dragonfly is here. She said, Happy Tuesday. Cindy Hayden, 59. Stacy Hazlitt is here. Good morning, Stacy. John Quinn said, Sam can wax poetically. Come on now. Are you kidding me? Nurse said, it says, I want you to get rid of the Fed. Oh, okay. That must be part of it in there. Stuart Ford is here. Wendy J is, everybody's welcome in, James. Just be careful. 10 and 2, like Holly said. Benji, 1959, wax him. I got your wax him. David Morales said Captain Crayola over on YouTube. David's double dipping today. He's on YouTube and on TikTok. We're on to you, David. Crystal Zeski just showed up. Good morning, Crystal. All right. So, look at that. That's cool. Thank you, Freddie Dragonfly. I hadn't seen one of those before. It's got a little ball on the end. It's just so sweet. Oh, sorry. I should probably be careful. All right. Let's get to some stories here. Hey, Martini Time just showed up. He said, that clock says, I want you to end the Fed. Okay, yeah. So I haven't seen that, but I didn't look at it this morning. So Kathleen Garcia, thank you for reminding me. This live, for context, is for entertainment and education purposes only. These are our opinions and only our opinions. Thank you for reminding me, Kathleen.
Yeah, I hit refresh. I opened the window. It gave me the dark to light, which yesterday's was different. And then she's right. I refreshed and it says, I want you, and it's got a little picture of Uncle Sam, to end the Fed.
Huh. Interesting. Well, it's coming. Well, I think it's already happened, but it's a, hey, Kathleen Paschke just showed up over on Facebook. I just said that, Kathleen, but thank you for reminding me. All right, let's see here. Jan Levin being grandma said 10 and 2 isn't taught anymore. I know it's the same thing when you show some of these, what is it, Gen Zers, a regular watch.
Old, man. I'm old.
I know. Me too. But look at that little teddy bear. But when you ask them to tell you the time on a regular clock, and they're like, I don't know, what does that mean? I mean, come on, you guys.
Well, look at our Q post is 10 and 2. So it's kind of part of me now.
Yeah, exactly. Very good point. I forgot about that.
For you. The 82 Blazer, the high beams are still on the floor.
Oh, my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Does it have the conventional parking brake too on the left on the floorboard?
Yeah.
Wow. Crystal Zeski said something about my voice. I'm not sure what
it was when you said I got to be careful how I say that. You was like, oh, that's so cute. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know. I get a little carried away sometimes. Oh, well, what are they going to do? Ban me some more? Whatever. Dave Bouchard just showed up. Good morning, Dave. Martini Time
Francisco
said
Franco is still dead.
Yeah. Martini Time said, I'm old and proud. Me too. Jan Lovin being grandma agrees. Old, I don't know if old is the right term, but experienced. How's that?
A vintage. I'm taking on.
Exactly. Nurse said, where do you guys read the Q post? Okay. So what I use is something called QAG. It's QAGG.news. And you can search them. You can pull up deltas. You can pull up keywords. In fact, the gentleman who owns QAG, we follow each other on Twitter, X. And this guy is on top of it. But yes, it's QAGG.news. That's what I use anyway.
I use QAlert.app, I believe.
That's the one I use.
QAlerts.app.
It's plural, alerts,
QAlerts.app, yes.
So David said, capitulate and tap, you slackers. Come on now, David. Let's keep it clean here. Melfin71 said, what about when the shifter was on the steering wheel? I know. That's another thing. How many kids today don't know how to drive a manual transmission? That's what I learned on.
Me too.
Manual, much less. I learned on a 1960 El Camino, which had a 327 with a 3 on the tree.
Yes.
Oh, nice. I haven't heard that term in a long time. Hey, Pete Morales is here. Hey, Pete. Layson Steele, thank you for the confetti bear. Just passing through, showed up. Good morning. Hey, Jerry BR549 is here. Good morning, Jerry. Okay, so we're having some issues here with the chat. All right, there we go. Jason Coons is here. Good morning, Jason. What's that, Alex?
I said, oh, sure, blame the chat.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, well, whatever. I'm going with the chat for now. Richard Pacente said, "What about the push button transmission?" Oh yeah, I forgot about those. God, talk about memories, you guys. John Gwynn said, "I learned in a 1976 Chevy Love with a 4-speed." Exactly, John.
A 1972 Ford Pinto, you know, the one that with the exploding rear. Yeah.
That's what you learned in?
That was what I drove to high school in. Green. Oh, it was a poison Pinto, they called it. Holly was just as dangerous in the 1970s.
No kidding, I'm sure. I learned on a Volkswagen Beetle or Volkswagen, small one with a manual shift with my dad, Big Mike, smoking a cigarette, yelling at me as I was trying to learn how to drive. And when Big Mike yelled, you listened.
My first car, my mom bought me a 1968 Volkswagen Super Beetle, and it was stuck in third gear. For $100, she bought this car.
Wow.
Within 3 days, I had that motor and transmission all over the driveway, and she regretted it ever since.
I'm sure. Hey, Rock Hog just showed up. Hey, Rock Hog, haven't seen you in a while. Jan Lovin being grandma said, my first car was a 62 Chrysler 300. Oh my gosh. Don the Third G said, I learned in a 1962 Buick Special 3 on the tree. Oh my gosh. Doug Rice, my first vehicle was a 1967 Bronco 289 3 on the tree. Wow. God, this brings back so many memories, you guys. How freaking cool is that? Kevin Kiesler said, my first truck had a push start on the floor. Huh. A push start on the floor? I don't remember that.
That's what my 51 8-in tractor is. There's a little button on the floor you push and it starts. Tim Shaw said, learned in a vet. Shovette.
Yeah, exactly. Melfin71 Melissa Flinner said, I taught myself in a Chevy S10. Brian said a 65 Rambler 3 on the tree is how I learned. Oh my gosh. Rock Hog said, I learned in my dad's truck, pop the clutch and exactly. Popping the clutch. Kids today wouldn't even know what the hell that means.
Right.
Gosh. That is just a crack up. Kevin Kiesler, a 1957 Chevy. A 1957? Wow, that is so cool. Blue Flames 41 is a Mopar lover like me. He said, my high school Plymouth Fury 3 for us in driving class. Oh, there you go. Oh, my gosh.
I bought a 70 Cuda plum crazy purple with a 383 that was trashed and put a Canadian-built Magnum 440 in it.
Wow. Pauline said, I gave everyone whiplash. I know that's what happens when you're learning on that. So Tally Bixby said, something happened to my mom. What happened to your mom, Tally? I hope she's okay. I don't know. Charlie, Lace and Steel just passing through. Thank you all for the gifts. All right, let's see here. Here we go. 6 Cents Similia said, Mopar hands, yellow heart red. Mopar. Yeah, exactly. Mopar. Oh, my gosh. Kunal B8 said, my first car didn't have a proper handbrake. I don't know if any of our cars at that stage had anything proper at that point. Hey, Earl Shannon is here.
The Corvair Monza didn't even have seatbelts in it.
Yeah, in fact, Earl Shannon said, good morning, guys. I learned on a Corvair Spider. Wow. Jeez, you guys. And my apologies over on YouTube and Facebook. The chat, if I don't keep on it, it piles up and I can't see it all. So my apologies if I didn't see it. All right, let's see here. Wow. Talk about memory lane. Incredible. Yep. All right, well, let's get into some stories here. Spain closed its airspace and military bases to all. Oh, look at John with the car. That was cool. Spain closed its airspace and military bases to all U.S. aircraft involved in the Iran war. I don't think that's going to end well for them. What do you think, Alex?
Don't ruffle the man's feathers, because what is the phrase? You poke the bull, you're going to get the horns. I'm actually kind of excited to see how this one works out for them.
Exactly. Holly?
So a lot of his posts lately have the phrase, we'll remember in caps and bold. He'll remember.
Exactly. And there's a story that I'm working on right now for tomorrow. I'm not going to get into it right now, but sometimes when President Trump, you think he's talking about one thing, he may be talking about something else. And I'm just going to leave that little hanger out there for tomorrow until I get through the rest of it. Lace and Steel, John Gwynn, Rockhog64, thank you for the gifts. You guys are so sweet.
It's political bullshit.
Oh, Towie Bixby said, no, I learned to drive at 12 in case something happened to my mom when we drove from Kansas City to Arizona. Oh, okay. Thank goodness. I was hoping there was nothing wrong with your mom. I mean, I'm assuming she's still with us, but I don't know. It. David said it's a special military operation. Different rules apply. 100%. I could not agree more, David. All right. So moving on. Elon Musk, there's all this chatter about space travel, going to the moon, landing on the moon, going to Mars. Meanwhile, the Falcon 9, which can carry 20 tons to orbit with a reusable booster and fairing, is a heavy class rocket by conventional standards, and they're delivering 119 satellites to orbit at once. Now, last time I looked, SpaceX had, or Tesla, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? The one that puts the satellites out there?
Starlink.
Starlink. Yeah. I'm a little slow on the draw today. Starlink had over 5,000 already. Now, I'm just speculating here, but I have a feeling that Starlink, in coordination with Space Force, and in coordination with the monetary system, may have something to do with these low Earth orbit satellites, where it's going to connect it all together. And let's not forget, Elon Musk talking a lot about X money. I just have a feeling something is in there. What do you think, Holly?
Yeah, so these are a different build. They are very small, compact. And if you haven't seen the pictures, they're stacked on the nose of this rocket. And then they pop off sequentially as it goes through orbit. So it's a different concept, but it is, I think, like you said, they're hand in hand with the Starlink scenario.
I think more is going on there that meets the eye. Alex?
The Falcon 9 is technically a medium to heavy lift rocket, and it's reusable, brilliant, but it can deliver 20 metric tons into low Earth orbit. Like that's incredible. It's incredible.
It's a lot of weight.
What are all these satellites doing? They're delivering communications worldwide, uninterrupted. Storms can affect your satellite link, but most of the time it's very short-lived, versus landlines and all of the chatter about the sea cables getting cut and yada yada yada. I mean, welcome to the technology age, folks.
100%. Couldn't agree more. Let's see here. Okay, so over on YouTube, apparently there's some infighting going on over there. If you're in the YouTube chat and you have something that you'd like to say, we're all for it. But please do it in a respectful manner. I don't, you can be angry about things that are going on and you can express that, but do it, respectfully. That's all we ask. Otherwise, welcome in, everybody. We've got a lot of new people over on YouTube today. James creeping in the background with a bunch of emojis in the chat. We're so on to you, James. Yeah, you're driving. Sure you are. Uh-huh. All right. Let's see here. Jay Hicks said, are they stapling it to the firmament? Oh, God, are we going down that road, Jay Hicks? Come on now. Jerry BR549 said NASA's contracts has 95% of all helium produced. Now, what's the one on the moon, Alex? Is it helium-3?
Mm-hmm.
Helium-3.
Yeah.
And there's I can't think of his name right now. There's a guy who came out, quite a while back, who said he would testify before Congress that there are actually already structures on the dark side of the moon.
And that's another thing that's always puzzled me. Why is it? Oh, Mary Lee's Brown, thank you for the egg hunt. What has always puzzled me, you guys, is why can we never see the backside of the moon? If the Earth is round and if it is rotating, why doesn't the moon rotate like every other celestial body?
You didn't pay attention in class.
What?
So as the Earth moves, so does the moon, and that's the planet.
Okay, yeah, but if the Earth is always moving, every other celestial body moves. Why wouldn't the moon move?
It is moving. It's moving in an orbit around.
No, but I'm not talking. I'm talking about the axis.
It is moving in an orbit around Earth as Earth is orbiting around the sun.
Right.
It does not rotate. That's what you're asking, is why is it not rotating?
Aren't we told that the Earth spins?
The Earth does spin, but
so then why doesn't the moon spin?
The moon. Why doesn't the moon spin?
That's my point.
The moon doesn't spin. That's the point. So when the Earth is spinning and the moon is orbiting, they are doing it synchronous, and it's magic. It's just magic.
Well, see, I have a different opinion. I think the moon should spin like every other celestial body. And if you talk about the so-called Big Bang theory, when everything but prior to the Big Bang was the size of a dot, everything in the universe, and then it exploded. And if you look at physics, when it explodes out, it does this, right? Oh, thank you for the hanging lights, Charlie. And I have a theory. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't know that the moon is a naturally occurring celestial body. Now, I know that's going to spin Alex out, and we're not going to get into it too deep.
Say equivocally, out of all universes, all solar systems, all heavenly bodies that exist in that, none of them are stationary and don't spin?
None that I know of.
The moon.
Other than the moon. Exactly. So if we talk about
mathematically, do you believe it's the only one? Mathematically, do you believe that our solar system is the only solar system that can support life?
No, I don't believe that. But I'm just saying, why haven't we discovered other ones that don't rotate? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
Maybe we're too busy looking for life.
Exactly. Lee is here. Good morning, Lee. Wendy J said the moon should be spinning. That's what I think, Wendy. XRP Mama, Dave Bouchard, Kiddo. Hey, Kiddo's here. Thank you all for the gifts. Charlie, Mama Balama, you guys are wonderful. Oh, God, here we go in the chat. Everybody's chiming in now. That's good.
If it was spinning, it would make the astronauts dizzy.
We got another Trump trade from Kiddo. Thank you, Kiddo. I'm not trying to argue with people. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing questions out there. Who knows, right? We just don't know at this point. So I just think it's interesting, to say the least. Skydancer said, I'm with Sam. Thank you, Skydancer. At least somebody's on my side. Gen Xer said they're too busy filming a fake moon landing. I knew that was going to come up at some point. Oh, gosh, you guys. All right. Well, let's move on. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry if I caused too much crap here today, guys, but I'm just on one, I guess this morning. I don't know. So according to Bitcoin Magazine, Eric Trump's American Bitcoin company reached a strategic reserve of over 7,000 Bitcoin. This puts them firmly in the top 16 public corporate Bitcoin treasury holders globally. Now, that, personally speaking, that's the only stock that I own. And it's not a lot of it, but I just have, and this is not financial advice. This is just my own personal beliefs. I think it's something to pay attention to. Alex, what are your thoughts?
It is further evidence that the train is firing up its engines. It's still at the station. It's not too late. If you are not understanding and you want to understand, go to Sam's site, book an appointment with him. He'll walk you through getting your toes wet, but not financial advice, just personal opinion. Everybody should be dipping their toes into the crypto water soon.
Yeah, exactly. Viking Lloyd said one day the egg is going to break, or it's going to crack. the sound will be heard all around the world. I'm assuming you're talking about information. Holly, what are your thoughts on this Bitcoin thing with the Trumps?
The only thing that really stuck in my craw is that if they're at 16, what were they at yesterday? 17?
Exactly.
Yes.
Very
That's
good
it.
point. I didn't even think of that. What's
So if
that?
you're not in crypto, I agree. You need to do some research because we're changing and we're changing fast.
100%. Jay Hicks said, we're the entertainment channel for the aliens. Jay Hicks, pump the brakes, dude. Come on now.
Comedy Central.
Comedy Zach, exactly. Kirby Best said, we love it. Conspiracy theories are fun. The funny thing is that conspiracy theories usually wind up being conspiracy facts. Hey, Mama Sass is here. Mrs. Meggs. Hey, welcome in, everybody. Bobby. Hey, Bobby. Glad to see you. All right, so I was going to do a survey, but I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do that. All right, we're going to do it anyway. So because we're still on the whole moon thing and people are still putting it in there, I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you think the moon is a naturally occurring celestial body. 2, if you think it's possibly man-made and placed there. 1, it's natural. 2, it's not. All right, let's see what everybody says. Cat Caddy said 2. Brian said 3. Of course, Brian has to put a 3. Joy said 1. Nurse said 2. Pitch 2. Tim Shaw 1. Towie Bixby 1. Laffy Rocks 1. Doug Rice 59 1. Kingsgirl 1974 1. Nora 2. Kathleen Garcia 1. Jason Coons 1. Kiddo 1. Jerry BR 549 1. Rockhog 1. Mrs. Meggs 2. Stuart Ford 2. Mary Louise Brown 1. Wow. Skydancer 2. Layson Steele 1. Wow. It's really down the middle. That's really interesting. Lee Daniels said 2.
Me very angry.
Exactly.
Very angry indeed.
Lee, I'm with you. It's 2, but that's just my opinion. Sassy Minnesota or Melissa said 1. Martini Time 2. Mama Balama 1. Christy B 2. PJ Party 4. Hey, Peggy, PJ Party, did you change your account or something? Because I got a message to follow you, but it's a different account. So let me know or send me a message or something. Sherry said a whole bunch of 2s. Yeah, I know. All right. So it's pretty mixed. That's interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, let's move on here. We better move on before we go short circuit everybody. I know. Your moderator stopped the custom poll. Started a custom poll and stopped a custom poll. I don't know what that means. Do you, Alex?
One of our mods must have clicked something. It's okay. Continue.
Oh, okay. All right. So everybody can still hear us and all?
Yes.
Okay. Kathleen Paschke said, I think the moon is the only true map of the world that we have. Huh. Interesting. David Morale said, number 1, it's a lump of Kit Kat. Oh, of course, David. Of course. Oh, gosh, you guys are cracking me up. All right. So moving on. So President Trump now, oh, wait a second here. I got to clear this out or it's going to bother me. All right, there we go. So President Trump, and I don't think this was happenstance. I think this was scripted this way. He said that the ballroom that they're building, the military is building a big complex underneath the ballroom. Now, it's come out before, but it's made mainstream recently. Holly, what do you make of this?
So my favorite part of this whole story is that the ballroom is just the shed. I mean, which if you think about how he said that, the ballroom alone is going to be, what did he say, 90,000 square feet on the top? Think of the size of the complex when some of these things are 5 and 6 stories deep. This is no little thing. And again, all paid for. All paid for.
Well, the ballroom is, we don't know obviously the military thing, that's probably a different thing. That would be my guess.
Yes. But we won't get to hear about taxes going towards it.
Right. An interesting connection I find with that is we're talking about subterranean building, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking about $500 million that was spent by the Army and by the military to train workers on subterranean warfare. Then you connect that with all of the tunnels that we know exist all around the world. Is it possibly drawing attention to the subterranean world that most people are not aware of? Alex, what do you think?
Dumb. deep
Yeah.
underground military base.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
and let's all just rejoice in the fact that once again the conspiracy theorists were right.
Exactly. It's so true. Holly, do you think there's any way to this whole coordination between the subterranean stuff?
Yes, because some of us believe and firmly believe that the tunneling under DC as a whole is all for nefarious and evil purposes for, might I say, hundreds of years, going back to pre us. So yeah, this has been a lot of cleanup, a lot of explosions coming out of manholes going back to pre-Biden. Yeah, there's some things that they've been working on a very long time to get cleaned out under there.
Now, I've heard stories about subterranean tunnels, specifically here in California, in Los Angeles, that only certain people have access to. Now, whether it's true or not, I can't verify, but there supposedly are tunnels here in LA where people like entertainment personalities, politicians, can use these subterranean tunnels to travel all around LA, avoiding any traffic, that they actually have Starbucks and other things like that down in those tunnels. Now, I haven't been able to prove it, but the source that it came from makes me think there's some credibility to it. Have you heard anything about it, Holly?
I have heard some clips of entertainers saying that there are tunnels that allow them to get from one place to another below the surface.
Exactly.
What is below the surface? Yeah.
And I don't think it's by chance that Elon Musk has the Boring Company. Alex,
Right.
thoughts?
Man, truth is stranger than fiction, and two things guaranteed to rise: the sun in the morning and the truth. So we'll find out. But yeah, I just say it again: conspiracy theorists were right.
Yeah. David Morales said, are there any conspiracies left? No. There's conspiracy truths. I mean, there's probably more going to be coming out, but yeah, no, I don't think so.
I heard there's waxing parlors in the tunnels too.
Of course there is. With my name on them, I'm sure there is. Oh gosh. Dave Bouchard said it was disclosed because the Dems took Trump to court to stop construction.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what came out in a court case, was what was going on under the ballroom.
And all of it still costs less than the new Federal Reserve building.
Exactly. Lee Daniels said, why are they building such a thing? For why? Well, along those same lines, Lee, if you guys have ever done any deep dives into the Denver airport, now I know people, this is years ago when I lived in Colorado. I was friends with somebody who was very wealthy. One of their friends was one of the construction companies that was one of the companies building the Denver airport. The amount of infrastructure underneath the surface, I'm not talking about the trains that take you back and forth to the terminals. I'm talking about something so deep, so vast, so big that most people would flip out if they actually knew what was underneath there.
But it makes sense, right? What is more centrally located and a travel hub in the event of something catastrophic? It's all by design, folks.
Yep, exactly.
If you haven't seen, go online and look at the murals that are in the Denver Museum. You want your eyes open to some freaky stuff.
It's disturbing.
And what about the horse that they have in front, the blue horse? I
Yeah.
forget what they call it, but yeah.
It's like,
That's the Denver Broncos. Don't go there.
Yeah, exactly. Benji
It's
1950, Benji 1959 said all was flooded. Other tunnels have been dealt with. I believe that's true. I believe a lot of them have been dealt with, but I don't think they all have. And in fact, I think some of them are being repurposed. Just my opinion. No way to prove it at this point. Mrs. Meg said it wouldn't surprise me. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things. As much as we all in this community know and understand, I think there's a heck of a lot more that we're not even slightly aware of. Hold on one second here. Gotta get my
We don't know. We just speculate.
We're
this
just
is
speculating.
for entertainment and educational purposes only.
Exactly.
Sponsor
Thank
break.
you. What's
sponsor
that?
break.
Oh, sponsor break. Oh, is it that? You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe it's already that time. It's way past that time.
Everything off.
I know.
The moon.
We spent the first 20 minutes reminiscing of cars. Is it really that surprising?
Well, that's true. That's true. I was having so much fun, I lost track. What the hell was I going to do? Oh, yeah, sponsors. So, I know, geez, you guys. Talk about being off the rails. I'm present. All right, so Mike Lindell, MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use the discount code SAM. It benefits this channel, it benefits Mike, and it benefits America. Neil Naturopathic, chemical-free, toxin-free hair care products. Go to neilnaturopathic.com. Go to my website, samshalhoub.com. Use the discount code SAM20, and you'll get a 20% discount. And, of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. Go to my website, click on Dr. Glidden's button, join as one of his members, use the code SAM, and get a 30% discount. Alex, what about meditation today?
With all this talk of flat earth, I need to go meditate. I wrote a guide. You can click on my link, my name. There's a link to it. Takes you directly to Amazon, or you can search Squirrel, Alex Raymer, and both the meditation journal, which I highly recommend, and the meditation beginner's guide to a life-changing meditation. Thank you, Sam.
Yes, thank you, Alex. Jerry BR549 setting a bunch of squirrels in the chat. Dave Bouchard, John Gwynn. Holy smokes, you got Melvin, Melissa Flitter. Thank you all for the gifts. You guys are wonderful. Wendy. Oh, and earlier when I mentioned about that message that I got, it wasn't you, Wendy. It was Lisa somehow clicked something or something, but it's all taken care of now. I think we're still live, so we should be good. Dave Bouchard, I see all the squirrels in the chat. Yeah, I got you. John Langlow, he said pillow talk. Boy, not the kind of pillow talk I was hoping for, but all right, we'll take it anyway. All right, let's move on here. So, let me catch my breath here. We've been on one this morning. Dutch.
Oh.
Thank goodness I have read your book multiple times and I practice it daily. According to Zero Hedge, the Dutch Treasury banking portal went dark for 1,600 public institutions after what they're calling a cyber attack. Now, is this all connected with the monetary system? What the hell's going on here, Alex?
I mean, we would like that to be the case. Do we know? Not yet. But this is the age of disclosure. We could wake up tomorrow.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Exactly. Holly?
So I looked it up and it said the things that caught my eye were the item that was breached was the tracking of government cash. That was a good one. I'm like, yeah.
Interesting.
all planned.
Very interesting. Richard Pacente over. What's that?
The portal remains offline while the investigation continues.
Yes.
No timeline has been given for when it will come back up. And something about April 2nd. I don't know.
Okay, so here's we're gonna derail again. April 1st
Here we go.
and April 2nd. There are those that believe April 1st is the actual first day of spring. President Trump has referred to April Fool's Day multiple times. The drops have talked about April 1st and April Fool's Day. Is something significant going to happen tomorrow or the next day? Also, President Trump, when it comes to Easter, is that going to be the end of the Iran conflict? There's a lot of people like Stormy Patriot Joe, Joe Rambo, Dave over at News Treason, believe that it's possible that this war that was projected to be 4 to 6 weeks in duration, we're at about 31 days now, that is going to end on Easter Sunday. Now, whether that happens or not, I don't know, but it's certainly something to pay attention to. What do you think, Holly?
I just keep remembering his tagline when he was in 2020, Easter is our timeline.
That's a very good point. Alex?
I'm with Becky Thayer. 13 months in a year, 28 days each in the month. I think it was changed to completely jack our circadian rhythm. What's he going to do? Bro, who knows? He thought about it 10 minutes before he passed gas and crop dusted. So he already knows what's coming.
Yeah, exactly. As I think...
Is it going to be another big nothing burger? Because we've been here before.
Exactly. That's why I don't get my hopes up. I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's possible. We'll see. Jerry BR549 said, well, you better dive deep on the flat earth. Not going to happen, Jerry. Nice try. Oh, gosh. Melvin71 said you might need a subscription to Nuts. Really? Jeez, Melissa. Bobby said a 500-mile microwave internet link did not know radio waves from parabolic dish curve. Weird. I don't know what that means. Huh. Oh, Wendy said, "Oh, okay. I didn't hear it. You were muted for the first 30 minutes while I was working." Okay. Well, hopefully we're unmuted now because there's been a hell of a lot talked about so far today. Towie Bixby said, "You're just so cute, Holly." Yes, isn't she? She's adorable. Absolutely adorable. Towie Bixby said, "April 1st, the first real day of the year." Well, again, exactly. I know. Mum's the word seems to agree with you, Towie. Same with Benji 1959. He thinks the same thing. Huh. No Filter Mama said, "Well, whatever happens, I need some good news to happen." I know, you guys, and that's the thing. I understand this is an arduous process. I understand that we're waiting for these big dominoes to fall. A lot of this is happening behind the scenes that we just haven't seen yet. And if I can speak from experience, I started this fight back in the mid 80s. Yes, I'm that old. That was when I started my truth seeking. I've been in this thing for 40 years. And I've seen more people wake up and more information come out in the last 5 years than in the previous 4 decades. So it's happening very fast. We may not be seeing the things that we want yet, but believe me, in my opinion, it's coming and it's coming soon to a theater near you. All right.
Yes.
Let's
And we have each other. That's one thing we
And
would never have had in the 80s is we have each other now.
100%,
good.
Holly. 100%. And back then, you guys, when we transferred information, I think I've mentioned this before, we had briefcases, and in those briefcases, there were cassette tapes. Yeah, it's that old cassette tapes, photocopied paper, maps, information. And we would pass those briefcases to one another because back then, there was a real good chance that you may be unalived if you had possession of that information. Today, it's all out in the open. It's a wonderful time to be alive. There's a lot of wonderful, wonderful things happening. So hang in there. It's going to get better. And it is getting better. We just may not see it all at this point. John Langloyd, John Desbouchard, Wendy, thank you all for the gifts. Hokey Gigi, Rick Sr. Holy smokes, my chat just went totally sideways again. All right, let's move on. David Morrell said, "Same here, 40 years, my 18th. Boom. There you go. I'm telling you guys, we're well on the way." Jerome Powell has come out and said that the almost 39 trillion in U.S. national debt he said, quote, "We don't have to pay the debt down. We just need to have primary balance and begin to have the economy actually growing better. It will not end well if we don't do something fairly soon." Now, it is my opinion, and if you can go to Yahoo Finance back in 2020, it is my opinion that the Federal Reserve has already been rolled into the Treasury. If that's the case, and that's a big if, I get it. This is my opinion. These are my opinions. If that Fed was rolled into the Treasury is part of the executive branch. Who heads the executive branch? You guessed it, President Trump. Holly, what are your
And
thoughts?
whose signature is about to be on the bills?
Exactly.
I mean, could they even do that? I don't think so. But here's what, so I asked AI about this, and I mean, talk about talking out of both sides of your mouth. Listen to the quote that this man used. He says, the debt is not unsustainable, but the path is not sustainable.
Yeah.
I wanted to call Alex and meditate.
Yeah. Exactly. There we go. Everybody let's all stop and just meditate right now.
Just breathe.
I know. Benji 1959 said a community of like minds. Very true. And that's what is having such a blessing, having this community, you guys. We can talk, we can discuss, we can disagree, and it's okay. It's safe, right?
Yes.
Dave Bouchard said, "Sam is so old, he's a goat." Oh, thanks a lot, Dave. Is that a dig on my Middle Eastern heritage? Uh-huh. I'm on to you, brother.
Greatest of all time, GOAT.
I know. I'm just busting his chops. All right, let's move on. So the U.S. Senate just introduced a new bill that would certify the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve into law. Now, we're talking about more satellites. We're talking about other countries' financial systems going dark. We're talking about the the Strait of Hormuz and the Lloyds of London being dismembered over there, and now the strategic Bitcoin reserve getting brought into law, that's a big, big deal. Alex, what do you think?
It's a huge deal. Um, we've been talking about it for how long? Look, tokenization is happening. Whether you believe it, whether you are still stuck in the mindset of what they pushed since 2013, that it's criminal, that it's this, that it's that, it is going to become a staple of economies worldwide. There's no escaping it. And if you don't understand it and you want to get your toes wet, go to Sam's website, book an appointment, take an hour, understand it. We've talked on the show about maybe doing a special edition and break it down. One of my gifts and graces from God is taking something very complex and explaining it in layman's terms where people feel comfortable with it. So we can do that, but it's coming. I mean, here, can you hear it?
It's coming, baby. It's coming. So over on YouTube, Baddies T Monkey 85. If you're gonna make, you can absolutely give us your opinions, but please do not use foul language in the chat. We don't appreciate it, and we'll have to mute you if you continue to do that. But I see your point. You're concerned about the Middle East conflict, a global depression. Things are not always what they appear. You might want to try protecting your mind and controlling your emotions. That's a very apropos term for what's going on right now. But you're welcome to give your opinions, but please, no more of the foul language on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you for your attention to this matter. All right, so let's go on. So Alex got a special shout out on the dispatch this morning. He sent me a link yesterday, and it was Kevin Sorbo. He said, we now have a list of the No Kings financiers. And he went through a whole litany of different people, organizations that totaled over $294 million. Alex, why don't you talk a little bit about it?
Well, I mean, receipts, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about it on the show. How is it coast to coast? Let's just say global, because we've seen that happen. How is it possible globally something happens and within just a matter of hours, the same signs show up globally? Well, because there's a website and you can go and your phone can ring and blow up your whole podcast, and you can click and you can order and you can get paid to show up, and there's geofencing, and geofencing data tells them what cell phones are where and how long they were there, and it just, like, come on, receipts. This list, I'm kind of disappointed in some of the names that I see on this list, but it makes sense because the paradigm that they have operated in for a very, very long time worldwide, the boogeyman, the currency, manipulation, fiat, central banking, all of it is in the crosshairs. And so what are we going to do? We're going to throw as much money as we can at it to stop it. And again, receipts. Here's the list, authenticated sources, how they got the information, and who's on it. They are organizing. They are being backed. They are told which costume to wear. Yesterday it was, BLM, and then tomorrow it's Palestine, and the day before that. I mean, just pick your poison because it's all the same players.
Yeah, exactly. Mama Sass said, what Supreme Court justices are stepping down? Is there somebody stepping down? I didn't hear that. Did you guys hear that?
I will check.
Okay, take a look at it. Meanwhile,
I haven't seen anything that.
Yeah, I hadn't, but that was as of a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
Lee Daniels said, "Is it goats or camels?" Oh, Lee, am I going to have to put you over my knee, young lady? Nice one, though. That was good.
You might enjoy that.
Yeah, I might too, actually. All right, XRP Mama said, might be funny, but wouldn't be the worst thing to try. Community meditation. I'm telling you, maybe we'll do that on a night show one night.
No official retirement letters, announcements. Sam Alito turned 76 this year. Has served for 20 years, fueling some rumors. I don't see anything news-wise.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Crystal Zeski said, I love Kevin Sorbo. I've met him and he is awesome. Oh, that's so cool, Crystal. Franny Dragonfly reminding us to say that for context, this live is for entertainment and educational purposes only. These are simply our opinions. Thank you for the reminder there, Franny. Towie Bixby said, I woke someone up last night. They didn't know what MAGA acronym stood for. Can you imagine? Well, I wouldn't be wasting a whole lot of breath on them if they don't even know what that means.
Make Alcatraz great again.
Yeah, exactly. Hometown Girl said we were talking about the Supreme Court allowing Trump to do mass deportation. Oh, Mama Sass said, yeah, may not be anyone stepping down from the Supreme Court. But our presupposition is that the Supreme Court is actually in session. Our presupposition is that Congress is actually in session. It may not necessarily be the key.
MAGA, make Alex meditate again.
Wouldn't that be Mama?
Make Alex meditate again.
Mama.
No, okay.
I was going to say, wait a minute here. We got a new spelling or new alphabet coming out. Oh, gosh. Melfin71 Melissa said, no kings, no working, no thinking, no fact checking. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that? And, God bless them all. I think they think they're doing the right thing. They just are not very educated. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the population has to be taught. You can't tell them, you have to show them.
Make all grateful again.
Amen.
There we go. Like that one. Oh my gosh. Mrs. Meg said the Mama podcast. Exactly. We might have to do that. Oh my gosh. Tally Bixby said, be allowed to protest. Yeah, of course they can protest. That's part of what makes America great. It's just unfortunate. Was it Lisa Maria sent me a video on our private chat on TikTok? I don't know I think it was Lisa Maria. You guys, it was an absolute crack up. If you reposted it to your wall, tell everybody what it is, because it was a perfect example of these people out there protesting. And when they were questioned about what constitutional laws were being broken, or what is the definition of being a king versus a constitutional republic, these people had no answers. And whenever anybody is questioned, their fundamental belief system is questioned. If they don't know why they believe what they believe, you get all kinds of responses. You get attacks. You get them shutting down, getting emotional. And it was really a good one. I think it was Lisa Maria that sent it. So thank you for that. And I would encourage everyone to go to Lisa's page if she has it on her wall and take a look at it. All right. Oh yeah, Lisa Marie said, yeah, what she did, it was me that sent it. Yeah. Oh, Benji 1959 made a good point. Dictators unalive protesters. 100%. I agree. Hey, Nizmore, you just showed up. Hey, Nizmore, you
reported 30,000 in Iran. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Miss Megs is here. Kim Sings is here. Hey, guys, gals, welcome in.
Oh my gosh. Sam, you need to look at how many likes we have.
Oh my God. I wonder what the hell's going on. No wonder people were complaining about their fingers hurting. Holy smokes, you guys. I think we're going to have a record today. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Kathleen Garcia said, I saw that. They're pretty clueless. I know. It's unfortunate, but it's up to us to wake people up. I mean, that's part of what we're doing. And I don't think we can make people wake up, but I think we can drop seeds and water those seeds over time. And the rest is up to God, the universe, whatever you want to call that entity.
Because they're there with a fresh $100 bill in their pocket. They have no idea why they're there.
Exactly.
Here's your sign.
Exactly. So Governor Ron DeSantis signed legislation officially renaming Palm Beach International Airport to President Donald J. Trump International Airport. Holy smokes, you guys. Wow. Holly?
So they say it takes it happens July 1st, but we're calling it that now. It is Donald J. Trump International Airport right now.
Exactly. Alex, what are your thoughts on it?
Coming to a Mount Rushmore near you soon.
Exactly. Oh, let's just stir up some more crap today. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. Mama Balama put something in the chat, but I can't tell what that meme is. Jerry BR549 said, I'm sending my carpal tunnel bill to Sam. Come on now, you guys. Rick Sr. said we need to dance for an hour. I don't know. I'm a little disappointed we haven't hit 300,000. Just kidding, you guys. You guys are awesome.
Don't be rude.
Exactly. Lynn Craft, thank you for putting an FYF in the chat. Oh, my gosh. Cowie Bixby said, DJT International. I agree, Holly. Woot, woot. Exactly. Holy smokes, you guys.
Stop it.
John Gwynn said, I wonder how many liberals will avoid the DJT airport. Exactly, John. Exactly. Oh, my gosh.
Quiet.
Exactly. All right, let's move on. So I had to post this morning because it just cracked me up. The Babylon Bee comes out with some really good stuff. And what they posted yesterday just had me rolling. It said that because I'm here in California and Los Angeles specifically, Lego introduced their California home set where kids fill out permits and wait 2 years for approval. That's the kind of stuff that is going to get the attention of the normies, because this is out of control. What's happening in Los Angeles, Mayor Bass, Gavin Newsom, I mean, it's absolutely horrendous. These people have been through after those fires. And I'm not saying wildfires because I don't think for a second they were. But this is a perfect make people laugh so you can communicate a specific point. Alex, what do you think?
Well, if you read the fine print on that Lego ad, it says the fire department won't be available for an additional 4 years after the home is available. And oh, by the way, after you build the home, within 2 months, it'll spontaneously combust.
Exactly. Jeez Louise, I'm telling you. Holly?
For $10 extra, it will self-implode just when you open the box. And there's a little sprayer in there that continually drops stuff over your house.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Holy smokes, you guys.
Thank you very much.
Lubby's mom said vote for Spencer Pratt. Stein said vote for Chad Bianco for governor of California. So I would be okay with either one of those two. I am really on the fence about Steve Hilton. Something about him I don't like. I can't put my finger on it. And maybe he's a great guy. Maybe he would be a great choice, but there's just something about it.
China.
When he was on Fox, he was a fence sitter. He's in the gray area all the time, and he's professional sitting on the fence.
I was in a Zoom call with him. There was about 10 of us on a Zoom call, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and I just did not get a good feeling. Now, I could be completely wrong. I don't know, but the jury's out on him. In my opinion.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what to make of him. So, all right. Let's see. Kathleen Paschke, thank you for the heart on Facebook. I didn't know you could do emojis on Facebook, but thank you for doing that.
You guys, we have time. You guys can hit 300,000 really fast.
Wendy J said, does it come with a short rail system? Exactly, Wendy J. Exactly. Oh my gosh. You guys are cracking me up. All right. So let's see here. We are at 299. Oh my God. Are we going to break 300? Oh my God. We just did it. 300,000 likes. You guys are awesome. That is clearly a new record. And especially in this time, an hour and 4 minutes, you guys blew the doors off of our record. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Jay Hicks said, wax him.
I never agreed to that. Nice try, Jay Hicks. Wow, that is amazing, you guys. Thank you all. And oh my gosh, John Gwynn sending the confetti. Exactly. Wow. Well, guess what, everybody? We're dancing. So give me a second here. Everybody over on Facebook, and YouTube, the commie platforms. We'll be signing off over on those platforms today. And we will see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
The next